Good evening. Tonight I'm going to try to do something a little bit different than normal. I've actually gone and gotten a recipe off of ChatGPT because, to be honest, I couldn't think of what to make for dinner. So I put in a few ingredients that I had on hand, asked it to give me some suggestions, and it came up with a creamy honey tomato chicken in a skillet. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil on the bottom of the pan. That way we can get this ready. Go ahead and stir it up just a smidge. And then you want to put it at medium heat. And we're going to cook the chicken first. Chicken will be cooking approximately 5 to 7 minutes. I'm using chicken breast. And it said to do one, but I'm going to go ahead and do two chicken breasts. And I've already pre-seasoned it with salt and pepper. And I did basically a peppercorn medley. And I'm going to use some sea salt as well. So let me go ahead and get the chicken in. I'm going to add a little more salt and pepper to this as well. That way I can get some more seasoning. Put that over on the side. I'm going to use a spoon. It's a slotted spoon, since we'll be stirring in some heavy cream and all that here in a little bit. That way we can coat everything. Like I said, this will go for about 5 to 7 minutes, so I want to let it cook on this side for a couple minutes, and then we'll stir it up and cook the other side as well. While we're waiting, I've gone ahead and gotten the honey, sour cream, heavy cream, and cheese ready to be put in. So I will get that ready for us. Alright, let me go ahead and stir this up real quick. We want to make sure this is cooked all the way through. Now, all these pieces hadn't been flipped, so and if I need to, I'll also have my tongs right here so I can flip the others. Just to make sure we get it all done. Don't want any undercooked chicken. That's one way to get sick. go. Couple more pieces there. And like I said, all this is still cooking on medium-high heat. And just let that sit there for just a little bit longer. Sorry, not medium-high, medium heat. Suppose you could cook it at medium-high and just cook a little bit faster. You have to watch a little bit more. Alright, still have another 2-3 minutes left. Spread it out just a little bit more. Make sure all those pieces are cooked. This pan's not perfect. I should use a bigger pan, so next time I'll make sure to do that. Alright, another 3 minutes. Maybe do one more round of pepper. And remember, use the seasoning to your liking. I like a lot of pepper, so if you don't like a lot of pepper, then by all means don't put as much as I did. I mean, I like recipes, but I also think of them somewhat as a suggestion where I can go in and add different things or add more of something that I like than what it says, or, you know, change it up. Since this is my first time using this recipe, I didn't really change a lot of what it suggested, just to make sure that hopefully it turns out okay. And then if I make it again, if there's any adjustments, I'll make those. Alright, the chicken should be just about done. Another minute left on the timer. And we should be good to go to pull the chicken. I did get a bowl that we can put the chicken in temporarily, because we will be putting the chicken back in. But we will be deglazing the pan with some tomatoes. And then that's when we'll add the heavy cream and sour cream and the honey as well. Like I said, I just want to make sure the chicken's good and cooked. Looks like all sides are cooked to me. I can pull this off now. I'll go ahead and lower this down and put this over here. to go ahead and deglaze the pan, put on some tomatoes. And for this, it's a 1/4 cup of tomatoes. Should be diced tomatoes if you've got them. If you want a little spice, you can always do the Rotel tomatoes as well. I'm just going to add just a smidge more tomatoes. We'll stir all that up here. Crank it back up to medium real fast. Just to make sure. Not really a lot to deglaze on this one. Just wants to make sure we get all the chicken bits. I think we're good. Alright, let's go ahead and add in the honey, sour cream, and heavy cream. So, first things first, 2 tablespoons of sour cream, or however much you want. And then you've got 1/2 cup of heavy cream to stir in. And 1 tablespoon, 1 tablespoon of honey. Give it a little bit of sweetness. And I actually have a friend that has her own bees, and this is a fresh jar from her bee farm. I tried a little bit of it right before this, and it was really good. All right, we stirred this up for a few minutes. Don't want to cross-contaminate anything, so I'm gonna get a spoon. So we let this go for about 2 to 3 minutes so it can thicken up. And this is all on low heat. That way you don't burn the heavy cream. And you can always add more heavy cream if you'd like. More tomatoes. If you're trying to be keto friendly, you can add less honey than the 1 tablespoon. Maybe do 1/2 tablespoon. But like me, I'm just trying to watch my weight, so it's not really, I didn't go keto. I just kind of went low carb and making sure I don't have too many sweets as well. And then once this is done in a couple of minutes, that's when we put in the cheese. For tonight, I'm using Monterey Jack shredded cheese, but you can use whichever shredded cheese that you like. I just like a little Monterey Jack every now and then. I also prefer some Colby and cheddar too, but I just went by with what I had on hand, which was the Monterey Jack. And we'll add that to this mixture here in about a minute so that way it can melt. And then what we'll do after that is re-add the chicken and let it all get together for a few minutes. Looks like it's thickening up a little bit there. And you have the option to season this some more too if you like. I just feel that the chicken's probably going to have enough seasoning on it, or I don't really need to add any more. Alright, let's go ahead and add in the Monterey Jack. And that's a half a cup of that. Now, if you like me and you like cheese, add some extra. If you're not a big cheese fan, then just put a little bit in it. But you want to get this where it's all nice and melted down. So stir it up a little bit to help even out the shredded cheese. This shouldn't take too long for it to melt. But we'll let it go for about a minute. Let it sit there so it can thicken up just a smidge. Alright, I think we're good on the cheese melt. Okay. Let me add the chicken back. And this is where the slotted spoon actually comes in handy, so it can keep the extra juices that may have drained out of the pot when you put it back in. Alright, we'll give that a quick stir here in a second. Now you can pair this with some other vegetables, rice, cauliflower, zucchini, squash, anything of that nature. Tonight I'm just going to do it and have a salad on the side. Just a normal, romaine lettuce salad with some cheese and blue cheese dressing. I also like to do ranch dressing as well, but alright, so we'll let this soak up for about 3 minutes. Let it thicken up, see how it goes. I don't want to stir it too much. That way I don't want it to... I just want to stir it enough so it doesn't stick to the bottom. And I suppose if you have some like sun-dried tomatoes on hand or something of that nature, you can put that in here too. Maybe even some heat, like some red chili flakes. But I'll be honest, I don't have any red chili flakes on hand. I forget to get those at the store, so I will have to get that later. Make sure it's centered properly. Alright, got a little more than a minute to go. Looks good. And there's enough here for leftovers for throughout the week as well. If you don't want to cook as much, then you could just do it with one chicken breast instead of two. But last time I did it with only one chicken breast, it looked really runny on the recipe I cooked with. So I figured this time I would up the meat. That way it's not as runny. So I think it looks pretty good though. Alright, well that's my recipe for some creamy honey tomato chicken in a skillet. So let me know what you think. Give it a try. Tell me if you like it or not. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.